Clean is lean, and lean is clean. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. This is another rethinking reality. It's because you need to think this reality a little different. Guys, think about this meme. Lean is clean. Okay, so when you're lean, you're clean. And when you're clean, you're lean. It's just the way it is, at least for your lymphatic system. So let's get into this. Okay, so when you're clean, you're lean. And when you're lean, you're clean. Again, that's hard for people to grab, so that's why I said this several times. So let's give yourself a body examination. Take your clothes off by yourself in the mirror and give yourself a inspection. And what you're looking at is not the pimples on your skin. You're not looking at the wrinkles on your face or the gray hair you have maybe, or just toe fungus that you have. But I want you to give an inspection of the body fat that you have. Remember, if you're clean, you're lean. And if you're lean, you're clean. Okay? Not all the time, but generally that's the way it is. So when you look at yourself, I want you to know that your skin is just a very thin layer. Okay, it's transparent. You can see through it. Okay, so I got the air conditioning on here. It's killing my throat. Makes my throat lock up. Jesus. Let me let some fresh air in here for a second. Shut this stupid air conditioning off. Otherwise you can't hear with the tires. Okay, so now notice that your skin is paper thin. Okay, that's the way it is no matter if you're 300 pounds. It doesn't matter. Your skin is the barrier to you, to the outside world. When you get a cut, this is how you get an infection. It's trying to, whatever's outside in this world, trying to come inside to get a free lunch. Try to find another house, right? So, I want you to give yourself a true and authentic inspection and pinch the amount of body fat you have in different areas. Pinch the body fat you have in your wrist, and you'll notice that your skin is paper thin even if you're way overweight, okay? And then move your way up to the forearm, and then move your way up to the biceps, and then get to the chest, right around the man boobs, okay? And I say man boobs is because we're gonna get into what is in that body fat, okay? We've done other videos on what is body fat. Remember, body fat is a creature. It's not dead, it's alive. And the only reason you have it is because of, number one, is because you're feeding it. And number two is because that's where all the toxicity is stored. So lean is clean and clean is lean is basically a meme that has a lot of truth to it. So, when you're looking at your lymphatic system, remember your skin is paper thin. Underneath your skin is this balloon. And that balloon is where you call the filters are in your body. And each pore in your body lets out some of the poison in that area. So when you have a lot of body fat, just like when you have a steak, let's say, and they fed that steak a bunch of grain, a bunch of moldy grain, because they don't feed cattle or anything that's for human consumption. It's all can't pass the standards. It's just usually junk. Okay, so it's your grain, even though if it's getting fed to feedlot animals, it's all the stuff they can't sell to humans. They don't give expensive grain to animals. It's not cost effective. So, damn, this air conditioning. Messing up my throat. Okay, so. Jeez. So this is the toxicity that's in the air. These are positive ions, and they really bother me a lot. So I shut them off, but they're still in the car here. So it's same as with your heater in your house or your air conditioning. All that stuff is poisoned air. It's positive ions, and it just grabs my throat. So, so this is what we're doing here. Looking at the body fat. The body fat, remember, is in let's say a piece of flesh. And if you feed that piece of flesh a bunch of grain, okay, wheat, corn, soy, flax, whatever it is, putting mold pills in the ear, okay, moldy pills give that striation in the meat. That's why they grain fed the meat. Number one is to be able to fatten up the cow. And not only does it fatten up the cow, but it makes the cow sick. That's why they give them antibiotics, hormones, and vaccines. So when you're eating feedlot food, what you're doing is you're eating a sick animal. And what happens is you're transferring all that toxicity, those little marbleizations in the fat. 99% of it is nothing more than in toxicity. This is where the toxicity is stored. Remember, the toxicity is not in the organs. You get heavy metal toxicity in there. You can get oxalate toxicity in there, whatever it is from whatever the like kidney stones would be in the kidney. Okay, on an animal that can't process those oxalates. But ruminant animals, they don't get kidney stones, but they do get diabetes. They do get, remember, lean is clean and clean is lean. So if you get fat animals, you got sick animals. You got fat people, you got sick people. This is the way it works. What is that body fat? Remember, it's a creature. It feeds off of processed foods, feeds off of sugar. It lives in a high acid environment. If you cut it, if you're a surgeon or a hunter, and you'll notice that if you cut that body fat, it doesn't bleed. No, that stuff is not you. It's not brown fat. Brown fat is the good fat in your body. Yellow fat is a parasite. And so feeding it doesn't do you any good, but when you do accumulate it, just know this, that the body fat, okay, grab yourself around the waist, grab yourself around the tire, as they say, the Michelin tire, okay, Dunlapped over your belt, right, Dunlap's disease. And this body fat, remember, is full of toxicity. It's full of estrogen. It's full of plastic. It's full of all these different compounds. Who knows what they are, but body fat, remember, is where most people store their toxicity. So when you're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 100 pounds overweight, guys, this is when intermittent fasting and block fasting is beautiful. We've just finishing with a group now. They're on their 14th day. They just started to refeed yesterday with just some broth, and they're going to start refeeding. Okay, 14 days. A lot of people have lost 25 pounds not having any food for 14 days. Okay, and that's not an easy thing to do on your own. So it's nice for people to come up to the retreat, and what you can do is you can start to whittle away at this toxicity. And it's not just doing fasting. Remember, you're going to be able to, you got to get this crap out of your body. All of this stuff needs to be sweated out. It needs to be, we do different techniques on the skin. Watch our skin cleaning techniques, the gouaching techniques for the skin, to be able to break down this garbage, not only in your skin, but how do you get it out? Okay. Look up our videos on distilled water. Remember, distilled water is for detoxification. It's not to be, drank every day unless you've got a lot of minerals inside the foods that you're eating. And most likely, if you're on the vegan schmegan diet, vegetarian diet, then you don't have too many minerals in your system, so you better watch it. So add minerals to the distilled water, but it is the cleanest water that you can get is distilled water. RO would be second cleanest, and make sure if you have an RO system, if you have fluoride, you need an RO filter that has the fluoride filter in it. We do make them custom built on Earther Academy at the shop. Just look under shop and check out some of the products there, and we get them made custom. We don't make any money on these things. You get free shipping and everything, but forget that. That's not the case. Care less if you buy one or not. It's just available because everybody asks me, which one do I get? What do I get? There's so many different ones. Yeah, I know. Figure it out yourselves, guys. Okay? Or, you can go to Earther Academy, and I've sort of chose these only because they're the best ones I can find for the price. Now, doing the sauna protocols. Remember, every pore you have in your body, it's not just fasting. You got to go ahead and do detox protocols. So let's get back to the meat now again, because a lot of people are on the carnivore diet, and you're eating feedlot meat. You're eating meat that has been grass finished. That's good stuff. If you're eating grain finished, that means that cow is probably put on 150 to 300 pounds in 2 to 3 months. And they usually give them a lot of hormones too. Clenbuterol, just different things to be able to fatten them up. And that makes the meat so it's fatty. And it makes it taste better to the average minion because they don't know any better. So when you see a lot of striations in the meat, just think that meat is sick. And if you go look at grass-fed and grass-finished meat, you'll notice that the meat hardly has any striations of fat in it at all. And this is why people grain feed it, is because they get the fat in there. The fat, just remember, is where the toxicity is in that meat. So you're eating the fat off of that crappy grown meat. It's called feedlot. Okay, feeding them grain, feeding them soy, feeding them all different types of just soy cake, garbage stuff, moldy stuff, and then the animals will eat anything. Okay, that's just what it is when they're stuck in a big 1,000 cattle lot, and you feed them in a pen, and that's what they eat. So you're just eating a bunch of toxic food, and that toxic food goes into your body, and you become toxic yourself. So you can get fat, chubby, well-rounded by a variety of different ways. Number one ways to go ahead and get fat is to eat a bunch of processed foods. Eat a bunch of seed oils. Seed oils, what are those? Okay, those are oils that are made from seed. Canola oil, cottonseed oil, all the oils when you go out to a restaurant. Okay, those are garbage oils. Trans fatty oils. Okay, those are complete plastic oils. Remember in the old days, I can't believe it's butter, okay, or because it's margarine, or I forget the tunes that they used to go ahead and have, da 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 da, Miracle Whip and all this garbage. All that is poisoning you. Let's talk about getting cardiovascular disease, the number one death in this world. Guys, trans fatty acids will kill you. The cholesterol is good for you. The saturated fats is good for you. It's got to be the right type though, and non-polluted. So saturated fats, remember, there's a lot of nuances there. If you're eating an animal with saturated fats, you're having butter, you're having cheese, you're having milk, and if this saturated fat is been fed RSBT, which is a hormone that makes the cows go ahead and secrete more milk, you start secreting more milk. You get man boobs again. If you're eating soy, okay, you're eating flax, you're eating these phytoestrogenic plants, then guess what happens to you? Again, you start getting estrogen in your system from a outside source, which you do not need. So if you're going to do vegan diets, guys, you better learn that first of all, it's a non-sustainable diet. Some people can sustain themselves for some time, and you better figure out how to do it right. You need 30 supplements. You're going to have to take DHA, EPA, then you're going to have to get that from algae. Heck, that's $100 a month just to get that. Okay, these supplements. Or you can have a piece of 4 ounces of salmon, or some tuna, or some fish, and you'll wind up getting a ton of EPA, okay, DHA, which is for your cardiovascular health. It's for your brain health. You're going to need to also make sure that you eat eggs for choline, for cholesterol, is because you're going to need it. So you can only fast for so long on water. You can only fast so long on fruit. You can only fast so long on vegetables. And if you think that, of course, they're sustainable, then again, all power to you. Let's see how your body survives after 3, 5, or like mine, 15 years. I got sick, and I'm still sick, okay? But I'm getting better. I've gained 22 pounds of pure muscle over the last 8 months by basically eating grass-fed, grass-finished meat, organ meats, fish, pelagic fish, non-polluted fish, non-infected fish. And I said before, that's right, guys, if you eat meat, you're going to get sick. Of course, feedlot meat. I didn't even realize grass-fed meat before. I had no idea about grass-finished meat. I didn't understand it. And of course, I was reading a lot of the propaganda about cardiovascular disease. And it is true. Yeah, go ahead and eat eggs that are fed a bunch of grain, glyphosate, atrazine, herbicides, and all you're doing is you're eating these foods that have it in there. And remember, the body fat that you have in your body is a component of your health. When you're lean, you're clean, and when you're clean, you're lean. So like I said, a lot of the people from the last, just on the retreat now, they're just refeeding, and most of them are catabolized, so we're showing them how to animalize their body, how to grow it back, how to rebuild it. Okay, they've just reset it, and they've just renewed it. Now it's time to rebuild the body, and you need to have an anabolic diet and exercise. You're not just going to eat certain types of things that, your muscles don't grow magically. You're not an herbivore. And if you think you're an herbivore, guys, then fine. And this is where I laugh when I see a lot of people saying, oh, we're herbivores. Really? Where's your fermented chamber in your gut? Really? Oh, the strongest, we came from apes. Really? You really think that too? You came from monkeys? Yeah, good. There's a lot of confusion here because there's a lot of story. Those are all theory. Darwinism theory, evolution theory, the Big Bang theory. It's all theory. Theory of relativity, the theory of gravity. Yeah, I'm driving sideways in my car in Hawaii right now too, because that's what they tell you. Anyways, guys, if you have body fat, okay, just remember, you're toxic. How much body fat you have is how toxic you are. What do you think body fat is? It's a creature that lives on top of you, so quit feeding it. Stop eating the carbs. Stop eating the processed foods. Stop eating anything in a box or a can. Start to go ahead and do some cardiovascular exercise, small amount, okay? Quit being so lazy. And remember, when you're sick and tired, you don't feel like doing anything. And if you're eating a bunch of phytoestrogenic plants, what do you think you are? You're full of estrogen. You don't want to do anything. It's because you need testosterone to do things. I feel my beard feels weird. I got about 3 weeks on this beard right now. So, again, I'm going into Hilo right now. And I'm going to go work out. And I work out 4 days a week. And I'm on an anabolic diet from the diet that I was previously on, which is a catabolic diet. Plants are catabolic, and animal foods are anabolic. If you mix catabolic foods, plants, together with anabolic foods, then that's not good either. So I've just found out a lot of nuances. Nuances are different varieties of different ways to be able to do things. But guys, you figure it out yourselves. All I know is that this is my day job and my night job, and I've tried the vegetarian vegan diet for as long as I could last. And of course, just like most people, you can only go so far until you get sick. And once you get sick, then you're going to have to dig deep, and you're going to have to try to rebuild yourself. And it may take you a long time to rebuild yourself, a long time. And what does that mean? It means, you know, in order to be able to rebuild yourself, you're going to have to see that you've malnourished yourself. And look at your pictures from, even if it's 5 years ago. And if you've been on a specific diet, see if that diet's done you any good. And if it has, guys, then great. If it hasn't, you're going to know right away. Okay, it's just the way it works. It's because you'll be able to see the degeneration of you. And I'm not bagging on the vegan diet or anything else. Remember, it is not sustainable, in my opinion, even though no matter what anybody wants to say, it's sustainable for all ages and all forms of life, even your children. I think that's horsepucky. I don't think that's smart at all. And remember, your child is your precious cargo, and you're going to lack your child cholesterol. Every cell in your body needs cholesterol. Every cell in your body, your brain, okay, your tendons, okay, all your cells, all your red blood cells, everything. It is basically the glue that holds you together when you have injury. Cholesterol is your friend. Fiber is your enemy. Saturated fats is a friend of yours. Okay, all the things that we sort of are told, you got to figure this out, guys. And there are, again, lots of nuances. Saturated fats, yeah, if it's polluted saturated fats, of course that's just garbage. It's just the way it works. And if you're eating saturated fats that are clean, just like fish, most fish are full of parasites. And if you're eating saturated fats that are polluted, then you're going to wind up getting polluted yourself. This is the way it works. Okay, so anyways, I'm waiting for this lady to shut her door in the parking lot here. Honey bun, you need to shut the door so I can get in. Okay, here we go. There we go. She just finally noticed. Her door is open. Can't get in the parking spot. Okay, so give yourself a visual inspection. And again, if you've got body fat on your body, okay, just know that you are toxic. And if you've got a lot of body fat on your body, well, then know that you are really toxic. And how are you going to get untoxic? Follow the Earther Academy protocols, practices, and principles, and I can give you some good tips. Again, if not, guys, then figure it out yourself. That's all you can do is figure things out yourself. Let me open this, get some air in here, you know, since the tires aren't making noise. Figure it out yourselves, guys. And it looked sort of weird for me to be able to see my beard. And I've regenerated so much over the last 8 months. Okay, like I said, I've gained 22 pounds. Okay, my eyes aren't sunk in my head anymore, and I'm not pooping blood. My joints don't feel super sore anymore. Okay, I'm regenerating. And how am I regenerating? By changing my diet. I'm getting away from the oxalates, the lectins, okay, any type of these types of plant defense mechanisms called phytoalexins. Watch our other videos that, you know, I'm just giving you a bunch of little golden nuggets sometimes on these videos. Of course, guys, it's all an experiment. And right now, my experiment is finished with the plant world right now. For a while, it's finished. Okay, I've gotten hundreds of thousands of people to try this largest clinical study of its kind. We even opened up a superfood company, okay, which we're closing in the future here. That's why you'll notice a lot of products we're not restocking. It's because the family did me a favor to be able to do this clinical study. We've never made a dime on it, so they're not really hip to keeping it going. And we've spent millions of dollars just to be able to see if we could give you guys the best products, okay, at the best prices. Why? Because if not, we couldn't do the study. Remember, the largest clinical study of its kind, offered to all ages, creeds, races, religions, worldwide, is to be able to see if we could be herbivores, to see if we could clean up our acts with the plants. And we can. You just can't do it forever. And so I wanted to be able to do this plant-based diet, this vegan diet, as you can call it, but adding cholesterol, because it's needed. And you know, you can go a long ways if you add eggs, some raw cheese, and some saturated fats like good grass-fed, grass-finished butter in your vegan diet. Yeah, you can still care for the animals. You're not killing anything. What, do you think you're killing something when you eat an egg? Come on, guys, that's just a religion. Okay, are you killing anything when you're having some of the butter, okay, from this animal? What are you doing? No, you're not killing anything, guys, and especially if it's done in a sustainable way. These animals love to give us their products. Why? Because we take care of them. It's sort of like a good trade-off. It's just the way it is. Okay, we protect the animals, we give them provisions, and we provide for them, the 3 Ps. And we give them a protectional life, which in nature, it's brutal. Most animals can't even last, you have a brood of 4 chickens, let's say, or 5 chickens or 10 chickens, and you only get 1 or 2 out of the chickens that we have that live. The rest are killed by the mongoose or by animals that basically eat them alive. That's what happens to them. So anyways, guys, again, take your clothes off, give yourself a visual inspection, and know that you have body fat on your body. And if you do, then it's time to go ahead and either clean yourself up by learning intermittent fasting, block fasting, okay, by just simply cutting down your calories, by learning a lot of the detox protocols. And you can clean yourself with the plants. You can only go so far, though. It's like you can only fast so long with water. You can only fast so long with fruit. That's it. And there are some people that are sort of fruity-tooty that can go ahead and think that they can live off fruit. Well, guys, that's fine. Keep on doing it. And I notice what happens to you. I see that you're falling apart. You're losing your teeth. I see that your hair's getting thin. I see that your body is losing all of its lean body mass. And you are lean, okay? But that doesn't mean you're clean. It means you're malnourished. Remember, lean is clean, but you still have to have some muscles, okay? Your body needs to be vital. And how does it get to be vital? It gets to be vital when you have lean body mass, not just skinny as a twig that you're going to blow away in the wind. So be careful of that also. Again, do as you wish, guys. Remember, it's all an experiment. No one's telling you what to do. All I can do is give you a report of findings. And my report of findings is 15 years of study of this, not religion, okay, but this diet. And I'm on right now, I'm not on a diet, I'm on a lifestyle. I'm on a lifestyle right now of eating animal products, fish, cheese, eggs, butter, anything that's grass-fed and grass-finished. Especially organ meats. These are the things that are helping me regenerate. Remember, the liver will help your liver regenerate. The kidney will help your kidney regenerate. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pick up kidney now from the butcher shop right now, okay? And I'm going to help my kidneys be rebuilt. So anyways, time to go work out, guys. take care of yourselves, give yourself that body examination, and just be truthful with yourself. Know that if you've got body fat, you've got some work to do. Okay, you've got some work to do. And what kind of work is that? Again, okay, you can do a lot of different types of ways to detox yourself. You're just going to have to figure it out on your own, and listen to people if you'd like to. But then again, remember this. You know, we've got lots of good videos for you to learn. The liquids of vitality, that's one of the ways you can go ahead and start detoxing yourself, is quit putting in all the standard American crap, okay, garbage in your body. Okay, any diet that you change from this standard American very extreme diet is going to help you. But again, you can only go so far before you need to rebuild. Anyways, we'll see you on the next video. I gotta go work out. Mark's waiting for me. Aloha. That's it. Again, check out that beard. Whoa, daddy. And my hair. I've gained back some of, instead of me looking as old, I don't look as old anymore. Okay? This is the way it is. This is the animal products, the saturated fats that I'm putting back in my system. This is helping me out massively. My organs are working better. Everything, my brain has cognitive abilities, very faster, quicker, and smarter. It's just the way it is. My eyesight has gotten better. Again, my joints don't have the inflammation they had before. I'm not pooping blood anymore. And that's just because I stopped eating a lot of these toxic, not plants, they're toxic in the regards of the pesticides, insecticides, and herbicides that are on even organic plants, and the phytoalexins, the toxins that are in the plants, because I was doing raw food. Raw food is, again, you have to be very careful of it. It's because there's a lot of toxins in the raw food. So anyways, all I was doing was following a lot of different people, and you'll find out. If you see those people, you'll see that they're pretty much, well, not what you want to be. Again, take your clothes off, give yourself an inspection, be honest with yourself, and know you've got some work to do. I can help you with some of it. So anyways, that's it. Aloha, guys. That's, well, the end of my rant. Okay, here we go. Quick addendum. I just got out of the gym, but I just wanted to tell you guys, I said lean is clean and clean is lean. I didn't say skinny as skinny, because I just saw a couple of vegan people and fruitarian people that I know. Okay, and they are so skinny. So how do you tell if you're a guy and your lean is clean? Okay, remember, see that big vein right there? It's called Highway 5. See what I bend it? Okay, watch. It bends. So this is when you know you're lean, because you can see this vein from here all the way down. I call that Highway 5. Okay, then watch when I bend this. Okay, look. You can see that vein bending. These are your tubes here, and they're supposed to bend like that on their own. So it's not just being skinny, guys. Okay, it's actually having some muscularity. Okay, that's when you know not only you're lean and clean, but you're vital. Okay, so anyways, just to show you, again, I've gained 22 pounds of muscle just in 8 months. So yeah, whew. Okay, like I said, just got out of the gym. So if you're going to have the diet that I'm eating right now, which is animal-based products and fruit, then you need to work out, okay? And it will rebuild you. It will regenerate you. Okay, that's it. We'll see you on the next video. Aloha. Get some biceps. Okay.